Good job! You did it! You have been hired with VIP Kid. Woo! So I wanted to make a video to talk about what you do now. You've been hired. Now you have no idea where to begin. Number 1, complete all of your paperwork with VIP Kid. Everything they need, get in immediately. Waste no time and get it to them as soon as possible. Number 2, check your price list. After you have submitted all of your papers and you've gotten the confirmation email from VIP Kid that you are good to go, log in to your teacher portal and go to the payment tab. At the payment tab, go to the right and click price list. Ensure that you have all of your courses listed with the price list next to it. If it's not listed, that means that even if you have slots open, you can't be booked. So if you notice that you do not have your price list, send an email to the education department and ask them to please list your price list. Number 3, if you have not received your Freshdesk login, which will be sent to your email, please send the education department an email and ask, please, can I have my Freshdesk login? It's super important once you begin teaching that you have access to that, because that is how you write tickets, and tickets are essentially emails to the company if you ever have issues, and it's just really important that you get that login as soon as possible. Number 4, this is super important, and I have noticed that a lot of new teachers, not my referrals, but new teachers are starting to open slots in teaching without opening and reading the teaching material in the teaching center. In the teaching center, you need to read, it's on the left side of the teaching portal. You need to read and review all of those documents. It has information about major courses, trials, unit assessments. If you ever aren't sure about something, you can absolutely refer to those documents, because they will walk you through the process of everything. I know it can be a little overwhelming, but just read through all of it before you open your slots. You really want to be familiar with how the program works and with how you do everything. So please read all your teaching material. And just as a little side note, there is a part in that teaching material that gets overlooked way too often, and it really hurts teachers. When you are teaching a class, you must have 2 reward systems. You must have your personal one, like here. I have my basketball one. That is a secondary one that I have, but also the stars. So the stars are actually in the portal. You'll see them on the right side. You need to give 5 stars every single time, unless there's like a major behavior issue, then absolutely dock the students and write a note to the parents in the feedback. But do not forget the stars. I have seen teachers literally not even know they exist, and this is super important to the kids and the parents. So when you are giving stars, I give it at every 5-minute mark. That's like my gauge. As I look up, I hit 5 minutes, I give a star. I hit 10 minutes, I give a star, and so forth, all the way to 25 minutes. Give your stars. Don't forget. Number 5, make sure, if you haven't already, download the app to your phone and really familiarize yourself with it. It's super important that you understand how the app works. It's something that I use all the time. I'm kind of addicted to it. I mean, I'm constantly scrolling, looking at parent feedback, referral tracking, at my schedule. Everything is on there. You can access PowerPoint. So sometimes in bed, I'll wake up and do my review of the PowerPoints while I'm still in bed. And I really love that option. So really download that app, become familiar, and let it become your best friend. Number 6, you need to make sure that your video and your pictures are good. That has a lot to do with you actually getting booked. So let's say you open all these slots and you're not getting any bookings. Unfortunately, that does happen to some teachers. And a lot of the times it has to do with a poor video and not very good pictures. You know, you want to have a professional picture where you are the main focus and it's clear and lit and bright and it just shows you and the beautiful person that you are. And then have 2 secondary pictures. Some people choose to include family, some choose not to. That's your choice, but definitely make sure your front picture is just you. And then also make sure your video is super, super fun. This is how parents are going to pick you as their teacher for their kids. So you don't want to be really boring. You want to have energy, be yourself, but maybe grab a puppet or something, use a prop, whatever you're comfortable with, but make sure your video is really catching the eyes of the parents and the students. Number 7, guess what? You are ready. Open your slots and be confident. If you are having anxiety about doing back-to-back classes, then maybe schedule a class, a break, a class, a break. Personally, I'm a jump right in type of person, and I did 4 classes back to back my first day, and I've never looked back since. And that's just kind of how I do things. So if you're not comfortable, then maybe just do 1 class and so forth. But as you're teaching, if you have questions and you've read the teaching material and you're still not sure how something works, please send me a message, write a comment. I would love to help you out.